We open on a skilled driver, a transporter, a real Jason Statham, slaloming some chairs on a dirt road. Emerging from the trunk, Police Lieutenant Chad immediately explains that this movie will make no sense, and we should just accept that it is what it is. With our expectations now as low as FloRat is shoddy, he speaks to a crowd in a Californian ghost town who have all paid admission to watch a live-action biopic through binoculars. This movie within a movie opens on an inspiring coming-of-age story about an abandoned tire named Robert, getting a little pep in his step and seeing what the world has to offer. The story assumes Robert is a male, so we will too? He gets knocked down, but he gets up again, because you were never going to keep him down. Robert develops a lust for destruction and goes on a rampage. With truthful hips, our boy starts belly dancing and telepathically cracks a bottle. Lets his body waddle. The audience, somehow entertained with all of this, watch on. Transition back to Robert, who's just After only a couple hours, he's now completely in control of his telekinetic powers, making a mockery of Charles Xavier's 4-year program. For an abandoned tire, Robert's looking pretty fly. He keeps his treads washed, leaves a trail. Robert, how you feeling? The next day, after everybody wakes up, our tire, being very quiet, starts hunting wabbits. He then graduates to some bigger game, and that's when the horror begins.
Oh my god.
Fleeing the police, Robbie T rolls his way to a roadside motel. We learn he's a perv, which is an unconventional way to describe a tire. As a bit of comic relief to the tense and serious story playing out, the movie's accountant feeds the audience a turkey, which they savagely rip to shreds after an afternoon of starvation.
Animals.
A motel cleaner named Martina discovers Robert washing up after a hard day's work. She throws him to the curb thinking it's a joke. However, ain't no rules says Ataya can't play basketball. Or bathe. Succumbing to his immense rage of not being treated like a real person, Robbie gyrates and gives her head up. Putting on the wheels, Robert starts flirting with a gal, but gets the cold shoulder and becomes depressed. Turning suicidal, the poor soul tries to drown himself because not a single person will even just give him a little respect now. Just a little bit. The audience starts writhing of stomach pain. They've been poisoned by the turkey and drop dead. Only one man survives. A kid, otherwise known as Son according to the credits, discovers the slain body of Martina. The police are called to investigate. Sonny tries to pin Robert as the main suspect, but a tire? Murdering people? Seems a little far-fetched. Robert then murders the kid's father. Lieutenant Chad organizes a search for the synthetic suspect. The accountant first tries to kill the remaining audience member to, I think, put an end to the movie. I don't really know what's going on anymore. They find Robert chilling in a house watching NASCAR, anxiously praying for no flats or fallen brothers. The officer calls for backup like he's a guest on Hot Ones begging for milk.
Don't breathe through your mouth, it goes into your throat. Oh, don't touch my eyes. Dude, what the
Bringing back memories of my childhood, the cops play the classic prank of ringing the doorbell and dashing to lure the homeowner into range of a pipe bomb strapped to a mannequin. From a speaker, they start talking dirty to entice Robert to come closer. which should be working because even I'm pitching a tent.
Blow my head off, you big slut. You hear me?
I have been a very naughty girl. I need a good thrashing. Come on, now, go ahead.
The surviving audience member arrives to confront the lieutenant about how confusing this scene is. Fed up with the impatient criticism of his acting, Chad loses his marbles and blows Robert to bits before skedaddling. Robbie, however, reincarnates as a tricycle and goes back to his old ways. Rolling down the highway, he forms a gang to bring the party to the closest neighborhood of helpless Californian souls. If you're a fan of chairs always being in your goddamn way because your family members can't be bothered to fucking tuck them in after leaving the kitchen table, enjoy a taste of gaminess on your pizza, or are just happy this movie is about an old used tire and not an old used condom, then this movie's for you. Drop a like and subscribe if you want to see more horror recaps. Comment down below what movies you want to see butchered next.